solarradio.com. This is your classic and 21st century soul station.
Solar.
Classic and 21st century soul. This is Solar Radio.
Solar Radio. For classic and 21st century soul. Solar.
Yes, indeed. Classic and 21st century soul station, Solar Radio. My special guest, all the way up in New York, is. Oh, that's better. I like that. You can put the camera down just a little bit more as well, if you like, Paula. Yeah, just angle it down just a little bit, slightly, little bit more. Nice. Yes, there you go. There she is. There she is. That's great. Paul, have you got your sax? No, it's good. It's all good. It's good. We like that picture. Have you got a sax handy? Have you got one with you?
No, but during the next song I can grab one.
Yeah, lying around somewhere.
I got a few. Yeah,
we could have a little chat.
Right.
Okay, so Paula is not in the main studio, so you can a couple of little dropouts with the reception there, but that's okay. We can just about get you. Are you on a wire?
I can move during the next song if you want me to.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I want to talk about another song that you features you singing on. And this is a track called Calling You. Tell us about this one.
You know, when you're on the road, sometimes you get lonely. Well, the theme behind this recording was kind of like about traveling, like what I used to do before COVID hit. And
we all used to
calling you. I'm sorry?
Okay, so what we all used to do, we used to work.
Yeah. Right, working. Yes, I do remember that.
Remember that? A little bit of sax.
I do. Fondly, actually. So Calling You was just kind of about being on the road and being lonely. Okay, I could grab more while this song is on. You know, it's something that all musicians we all want to travel, we all want to work. But you know, when you're on the road, sometimes you get lonely, and that's what it was about.
You couldn't get lonely if you tried, Paula.
Oh no, we all get lonely. You know. Come on.
Okay, so let's talk about this one. This is Calling You, and Paula is my special guest on the program today. She's going to give us a little bit of sax. She's going to grab her horn a little bit, and we're going to play a little bit a cappella on there, aren't you? Would you like to do that for us? That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Okay, I could grab my horn while this song is on, if you like.
We would love that. The listeners are enjoying the program. I want to say a shout out to some of our regular listeners today. Dave Thomas tuned in today. Guy Hertwitz listening in France. I want to say hi to Machi Fukushima in Japan and all our Japanese friends that tune into the program each week. So many people to give you a shout out, and we love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Calling You, my special guest Paula Alverton.
I'll be right back.
Just no way I can't make it through. Life has just been too tough, and all I can think is I've had enough. I hear your voice there on the line, but you're so far away. Never seems like there's time for us to help me see. If I just hang on, it will be.
sing those high notes, Paula? Wow. Absolutely amazing. The lovely Paula Alferton in the house today. Well, not quite in the house, but she's up in New York. I was up in New York just before COVID hit. I was up there for the AES show. Do you ever go to that?
No, I haven't. I know about it.
Kind of like the NAMM show, but more techie kind of studio kind of vibe. But very good. And sadly, this year we don't have a NAMM show. We're very sad about that. Unfortunately, they've cancelled the NAMM show for this year. So it's going to be a virtual NAMM show. Yeah,
a little bit quieter than normal.
Yeah, right. No, actually, yes, we won't be getting NAMM threats as we do each year.
That's a good term. That's a good adjective for it.
Yeah, that's right. Paula Alferton, my very special guest in the house. So she has a saxophone with her or something, do you? Maybe?
I found a saxophone upstairs, believe it or not. Yes.
Does it have a reed on it? That's the main thing.
I found an alto and I got a reed and all kinds of stuff.
Like oh, okay. So now
you got an alto flute, though. You win.
Yeah. Well, I do. But can you? What alto do you have in your hand there? What is it? Which one is it? Yamaha, maybe?
No, actually, it's a Dakota sax. I've been working with them, doing workshops for them and stuff. So I've been playing their instruments.
Right. Give us a little tootle on that then. Workshops, and you were invited to come and take a part of that. Tell us a little bit about
with him on November 8th. He's doing a whole month of workshops on different topics.
Very nice indeed. Very nice. Like that. That's indeed. I'd love to. Maybe we're going to have to see if we can get together one day. When you're down here, you can come in the studio. We can jam together. That'd be a real fun thing to do. Now, both Paula and I probably took up the saxophone listening to this man. And Paula has actually been working with him, and that is none other than Mr. David Sanborn. And David has been doing some workshops, and you were invited to come and take a part of that. Tell us a little bit about Paula.
Yes, actually I'm doing a workshop with him on November 8th. You know what? He's doing a whole month of workshops on different topics. They're all humble. And November 8th, I forget the exact title, but it's about playing funk and R&B, which if you're going to have someone speak on that topic, he's a good guy.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Full House. There it is.
I've met David Sanborn several times, and we've been on the same stage doing different, we've been either supporting him or he's been part of the program. And he's such a nice guy, such a sweetheart. You'd never believe that someone who's so famous could just be so humble and just so down to earth as David Sanborn.
Well, you know what? Some of the greatest musicians that I've met, they're all like that. They're all humble, and that's how they learn their whole life. That's how they keep evolving,
Right, absolutely. Right. Let's give him a little credit here. I just want to play this. So this is one of the songs that I played, wore it out. A Full House, David Sanborn. Check it out. Never get tired of that. Never ever get tired of that song.
Never ever. Never ever.
That's called Full House, David Sanborn, from the album, probably one of the best albums David Sanborn's ever recorded, in my opinion, produced by Marcus Miller, and it's called Up Front. If you've not checked out that album, you've got to check out that album, Darian. It's called Up Front, David Sanborn. It's an iconic album. It's as iconic as Kinda Blue was for Miles Davis, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yes, it did. And that particular track is Up Front. There's every track on that album is amazing, just amazing. And it was a bit of a change of direction for David Sanborn. He kind of got really funky with that album, whereas before he was kind of a little more kind of smooth jazz kind of vibe. But that one, he just kind of got gritty and all smelly and funky.
Yeah, I think maybe Marcus had something to do with that.
I think so. And obviously Marcus was his main guy for many, many years. And then they got back together with that particular album. Some great people on there. Of course, my dear friend playing keyboards on there, Ricky Peterson, who was wonderful and a very, very good friend of mine. And we did a couple of sessions here in the studio about 2 years ago with Ricky Peterson. And it'd be nice to see him again. If you're listening, Ricky, it'll be nice to hear from you. My very special guest on the show today is Paula Alfreton. Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you. Let's talk about let's play another track from the new album. And it's a track of your choice. What I'd like to do is give a copy of this album away to one of our lucky listeners. And we've got lots of listeners listening today. I want to say hi to Kevin Williams of Session Wire. Paula, if you've never checked out Session Wire and you want to work remotely with people, Session Wire is the way to go. Go to sessionwire.com and you can work remotely with somebody in real time. You play at your end, and you can record your saxophone, and they can hear you as if they're in the studio, and vice versa. Very, very cool piece of software. We've been beta testing it here for about 3 years now. Session Wire is going to be the way to go. It's going to be the new Audio Movers, the new Source Connect. Session Wire it's been out for quite some time, but now it's really coming of age. And if you haven't checked it out, sessionwire.com. Go on and have a look.
Sounds great.
Paula, give us another song that we'd like to play right now. Before we do that, I'd like to maybe just do a little competition question. I want to know where Paula Alfreton was born. Where were you born, Paula? Don't tell us. It's for the listeners to tell us. That is the competition question today. Give you a chance to win a copy of Paula's new album, which we've been featuring on the program today. Yeah. Now, Paula, let me ask you this question. You obviously, do you ever get compared to Candy Dolfer? I suppose all the time, right? And how do you kind of counter that?
And how do I what? I'm sorry.
How do you counter that when people, because because you're good looking, you're blonde, you play a mean saxophone, everything. So don't people say, "Oh, you like Candy Dolfer"? How do you counter that comment?
Well, I'm a fan of Candy's. I think she sounds great. I love her recordings. We're actually on a recording together, but it's a compilation album. So, like, her track is on there, my track is on there. It's called Ladies of Jazz out of Warner Europe. But, it's always a compliment to be compared to somebody that's great, I think if you're a female musician, you get compared to other female musicians that play the same instrument because there's not a lot of them. And, or at least the general public doesn't know about them. Just depends on how much each musician gets promoted, how much you're on the radio, how visible you are, There's always been female musicians, but they're just not, if you look at festivals, how many female musicians are?
Not many.
In the festivals, Some of them are all men, yeah. So that tells you something right there, right?
That's right. It's good. And it's wonderful that you're doing so much for ladies in jazz. I want to give a shout out as well to another wonderful lady in jazz, another dear friend of mine, Gail Johnson, and Jazz and Pink. She has just won another award for Jazz and Pink. Did you see that on her Facebook?
No, I didn't see it, but I have worked with her and played with Jazz and Pink.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful what they're doing. We're going to come back with a competition question after this, but I want you to choose maybe another song from your album for us to play to the listeners, Paula.
Okay. Do you want to choose, or you want me to choose?
I'd like you to choose one, something that's kind of cool and funky, or whatever one of your choice.
How about In the Pocket?
In the Pocket, okay. Tell us about this and who wrote this and produced it.
I co-wrote it along with Matt Gadina and Lou Jimenez, and Matt Gadina produced it, played guitar, keyboards, and bass on it, and Lionel Cordew played drums, who's also the drummer in Spyro Gyra, and I'm lucky enough to have him he's recorded on all my albums, and I get to work with him when I'm in New York, so that's pretty cool.
Let's have a listen to this. Kind of got that Full House kind of vibe to it, right? A little bit. My special guest on the programme is Paula Alverton. sorry, Paul. I couldn't resist. I had to pick something up and play. Yeah, man.
I bet you'd have a really good time jamming to this record.
Oh, I would. I would, and I will. Now, there you go. Listeners, I want to know, where was Paula Alfreton born? That gives you a chance to win a copy of the new album. Very, very cool indeed. And love that. That was called In the Pocket. And thank you so much for that. Big shout out to all our listeners today. I want to say hi to, especially hi to someone listening in Thailand. And his name is Paul Buick. Big shout out to Paul Buick. Thank you for tuning in, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, Paul's one of the founders of Solar Radio, actually, and he's listening to our show. He tunes in every week, so big shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. It's very early in the morning over there. And all our other listeners over in the Far East as well that tune into the programme. We got listeners all over the world. We are here each and every week. If you happen to miss the show, you can see our YouTube. Go to my YouTube page. It's Mike Parlett Radio Show. Type in on YouTube, and then you can subscribe to our show. You'll see Paula Alfreton, my lovely special guest on the program today. It's great to have you here, Paula.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been too long since we last spoke.
I know.
I thought you'd let me anymore, Michael.
You're going to come on again. We've got to have Paula Alfreton part 2, because there just isn't enough time to do you justice, actually, Paula. So, but if you want to check out some of Paula's other albums, just maybe mention some of those for us.
Okay, so my current one is Can You Feel It, that we've been playing stuff from. Before that was Shake It, and previous to that was Ear Candy. And before that was Enjoy the Ride, and then Groove With Me, which is, I think, the last time I spoke to you. And then my very first one, which was Let Me Inside Your Love.
Okay, very nice indeed. And we've been playing songs from the latest album today, which is Can You Feel It, right?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And so we're going to give a copy of that album away today. We'd love to do that. And we're going to take you out with this, Paula. Thank you so much for being my wonderful special guest. Please, please, please do come back again. And if you want to win a copy of Paula's new album, we'd be very delighted to give it away to you today. And it's called Can You Feel It? Paula Alfreton, where were you born? I want to know where you were born, okay? Don't tell it. One of the listeners out there will be able to tell us, and that lucky listener will be able to win a copy of the album. And I may give a few more away as well. So if you know where she was born, you can tell us, right? And that will give you a chance to win. Yes. Thank you for being my special guest today, Paula. Great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. I can't wait till
even Darian liked it.
It'll be really fun.
In the Pocket was my favorite. That one was jamming. So really, really good stuff.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you so much.
My special guest has been Paula Alfreton today, and we've got about another hour of the show. I wish I could give you 2 hours, Paula, but there's just so much to get through. But we are going to have you back on again. Thank you so much, my dear. Please.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell your friends to go onto our YouTube page. It's Mike Parlett Radio Show on YouTube. And, of course, you can get the podcast off my Mixcloud page. Go to mixcloud.com and download the free podcast, which we upload each and every week. Sing it, Darren, sing it.
It was real, the way you make me feel. Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Like into you. And the more you make me feel. Like giving you all I got.
Okay, we just quickly got Paula Alfreton back before she ran away because she's going to tell us where you were born, weren't you, Paula? I think
we already had a winner, I thought.
we have a winner. Yes, we have a few winners actually.
Yeah.
We've got a few winners, but we're going to give a copy of the CD away. Our winners now. Tell everyone where you were born, Paula, and the answer is. Drum roll.
New York City.
New York City. There you go. Yes, indeed. And our winner today, amongst others, is I want to say Guy Hertovitz is our winner, and Clifford Griffith is also our winner. So hi to Clifford and Susan Griffiths listening to the programme as they do each and every week, and they're always winning because they listen and they pay attention. So you're our winner today. Yes, indeed. Miss Alverton was born in New York City, New York State is correct.
All right.
Wow, it's you got to be tough to be born in New York. I think that's true. It's like London. It's not for the faint of heart, is it? Up there. Tell us about that a little bit. What's it like living in New York?
Well, I've wanted to live in California my whole life. Really, that's where I'd like to live, San Diego. But you start to work in New York, and you have friends here, family here, and you just kind of stay here. There's a lot of things about New York that I like. The weather is not one of them.
That's right, exactly. Yeah.
But, New York City is great. There's so much there. We have people here from all over the world. And people that have lived in New York their whole lives are very proud to be New Yorkers. So...
It's definitely a great place to be. I'd certainly love to kind of stay there for a little while and just take in the vibe. There's some great jazz clubs and some great people, great places to go and visit. That's for sure.
Yeah. When things clear up, you'll have to stop by, come by the studio.
That would be very nice. I'd love to do that, Paula.
Yeah.
Paula, it's been my special guest on the show today. We will have you back again, Paula. Don't forget, please check out her new album. It's out right now. It's available. We're going to give a copy away to Clifford Griffith and Guy Hertovitz and a few other people who've got the right answer today. Yes, she was born in New York City. Thank you for joining us, Paula. The album, if you want to get it, it's called Can You Feel It?
Can You Feel It? Yep.
It's got some great producers on there, and also Paula worked with Nick Coleone as well. I've got to say, because we just played that Close If I Get You off Nick's latest album. Very nice indeed. And then we had Darianne singing along. That was very nice, Darianne. Very nice.
Appreciate that.
Oh, I heard that. That was great.
Yeah. Finger Painting is the new album from Nick Collier as well, called Finger Painting. By the way, I'm really excited. I'm going to tell you this. Next week, I've got my special guest is Lonnie Liston-Smith is my special guest next week. Can you imagine? Do not miss the show next week. My special guest is Lonnie Liston-Smith on my show next week. We're going to play some music for him right after this. Thank you, Paula. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed. That was Lynn Roundtree, and I couldn't resist picking up my alto flute and just playing along with that. I've got Johnny Britt's going to be coming on the show as well, and actually I'm very proud to say that Johnny Britt's show will now be following my show on Sunday night if we're listening live. So we get 4 hours of great music, and Johnny Britt will be following on from me on a Sunday night. So I'm very excited to tell you that Lonnie Liston-Smith is going to be my special guest next week. I don't even think Johnny Britt can beat that. Johnny Britt's had some Had some great special guests on the show. Yeah. Johnny Britt, great to have you here.
Okay, so you want to like have like a little fight competition?
We're gonna have a competition. See what legendary guests we can get on. Well, I've got Lonnie Liston Smith on my show next week. No.
Okay, I better roll up my sleeves and come back with some stuff for you, boy.
we're gonna be talking to Johnny Britt after this. Lonnie Liston Smith. There you go. That was another track off the album So Strong from Lynn Roundtree. I know. Do you know Lynn Roundtree, Johnny?
Man, he's a great trumpet player. I do know him. He's out of Detroit, and I met him. Actually, he opened up for me with my group Impromptu.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and that was the first time I'd ever met him. But I could tell back then that he was solid. Yeah,
great player, very nice guy as well. That Lynn Roundtree from the album So Strong, and we got another young budding trumpet player here. Say hello to Darian Newton, who is sitting with me today, and he's kind of working in the studio as well, and we're doing some stuff. Cool. And say hello to he's Josh's age, I think, actually.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we need these young kids to come up and start playing these trumpets. And I was going to say saxophone. I'm going to say trumpets. We got a lot of saxophone players.
Too many saxophone players.
No, but any kind of brass player, any kind of a horn players, we need them, So bravo to you guys. Absolutely. Hey, Mike, guess what, man?
Yeah, tell me.
I have I'm number one on the USA Today charts. The USA Today media-based smooth AC charts. Mo Jazzin is number one this week.
Oh, congratulations, man!
It's my first number one as an artist. Of course, I've had several number one hits that I've written for Boney James and various other artists. But for me, as Johnny Britt, this was the first time I've ever had a number one record on any chart.
Absolutely amazing. Congratulations. Yeah. Johnny Britt, my special guest on my program today, but if you want to hear more Johnny Britt, you can keep listening. In about half an hour, Johnny's coming on with his program, and Johnny's going to be following the Mike Parlett radio show each and every Sunday night. We're very, very happy about that. And we're going to play a track off Johnny's new album. I know that Darian will like this. He's an R&B guy. And this is the great Eric Roberson. Do you know Eric Roberson? Great singer. Check it out. And this is with Johnny Britt from the album Mo Jazzin'. Keep working it out. My special guest on the program is Johnny Britt.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Mike.
Now, baby, you're my sunshine, and I can't believe that you're all mine. When I look at you, all I see is your beauty, so warm and true. Just the very thought of you really makes me smile. All you have to do is look at me, baby, and take my hands. We love to take long walks, long talks, going to the movies after dark, holding hands underneath the moon.
If we ever come into a stumble, we just know how to work it out. We just figure it out. 'Cause we love each other. Compromise. Don't you? Girl, you know it's in you forever, baby. Just keep working it out. Keep working it out, baby. Keep working it out. Yeah. We just keep working it out, yeah. All the time. We just keep working it out. say that, baby. Underneath the moonlight, you'll be enjoying our world. Yeah. It's to be with you forever. Go to the movies. Can I take you out, girl? Underneath the moonlight for the rest of our lives. It's just me and you. It's to be with you forever. That's all I wanna do. That's all I wanna do. That's all I wanna do. That's all I wanna do.
I love that ending. Very, very cool. That is Eric Roberson. So there you go. A little bit of R&B. I think Darian liked that one.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, you should meet Johnny's son, Josh. Yeah, he's. How old's Josh now?
Oh, he's 22.
22. Yeah. Darian's 24. So the guys could hang out, and Josh plays trumpet as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they love to play, man. He loves it. He wears me out on the horn. My son, because they got all that energy. They're young, and and shoot, it's really cool. So they should certainly hook up.
Yeah.
Indeed. We're going to just tell you about Johnny's show that comes on after mine. So if you'd like to hang out and keep listening to our programme here, you get me for 2 hours, and then you get Johnny Britt. So you can just, you don't have to go anywhere. You can't go anywhere anyway. So,
hey, man, I wanted to, first of all, I really wanted to thank you. You've been a great friend, to me, and I've seen you in the studio doing your thing with Solar Radio, and this is something that I kind of wanted to do. But you kind of you always are just like a mentor to me in certain aspects, and you told me before, man, you said you should do a show, and I didn't necessarily think that I could, but you really gave me a lot of encouragement, and then I got my feet wet a few weeks ago, and we're off to the races, and now I'm talking about United States time. I'm on Friday from 6 to 8. This is in LA. That's like 2 in the morning, 2 to 4 in London, and then now I'm right behind you from 4 to 6, Pacific Standard Time. And I think that's like midnight in LA, right? Midnight to 2. I mean, in
midnight
London, right?
till 2 in the UK. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it, and I love this radio station, Solar Radio, and I listen to it all the time, and I like it because it's really hit music, and you don't know what to expect. It's different stuff, and I think that the station, it goes against the grain what normal radio stations play. So make sure you guys keep it locked on Solar Radio 24/7.
They do. They really do. We're getting some of the younger cats like Darian and stuff hip to Solar Radio.
Yeah,
it's a great station. Great DJs. Of course, you're the best one.
You have to say that.
But
there's a lot better DJs than me out there.
No, but everyone brings their own thing to the table, and that's what I like, and that's why I'm so thrilled to really be a part of the Solar family officially. With my own show, The Turntable. So I'm so happy to be coming after you. I don't know if I can come after you. You know how they do it when we're playing.
Oh no, I'm your warm-up act. I'm your warm-up act.
Well, let me tell you something. Okay, let's go there. So you said you have Lonnie Liston Smith coming up.
Lonnie Liston Smith is going to be my special guest next week. How about that? What do you think about that? Ha ha.
Well, can I tell you who my special guest next week is going to be?
Come on now.
It's going to be Howard Hewitt.
Okay.
Now, see, I was going to make it. It was going to be a surprise. this is the first time I've ever said it to the world, so I leaked it out. So Mike, just back off.
Howard Hewitt. Okay, all right. Lonnie Liston Smith, Howard Hewitt. I think they're about on the same par, actually.
Right. No, you're my man, Mike. You're my man. And, I got your back. You always make me sound good, and I'm going to make you sound good as well, brother.
It's great to have you on, Johnny. And so don't forget to check out Johnny's our show. Johnny Britt will be following me tonight here live.
Tonight's guest, I have Nils. Our friend Nils is my guest tonight, and it's a really good show. I'm so happy to have him, bring him into the studio. Nils
is great.
Guitar.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Check out that.
Yeah,
we're going to play a track from Tom Brown's new album, and I was very honoured to be able to produce a few of these tracks off here. This is one that we did with Joy San Mateo. It's called Shake. Tom Brown. The album is called Come What May. It's very, very cool, and it's out right now. Check it out. Shake. Yes, indeed. The new album from Tom Brown. The album is called Come What May, and there's some really wonderful tracks on there. I hope you like it. And of course, he did a remake of this Groove Line, the Heatwave classic, and this is it. Tom Brown, featuring the lovely Joyce San Mateo on vocals. I want to say a big shout out to Tom Brown. Tom Brown usually checks out the show. Hey Tom, hope you're doing very, very well over there in North Carolina. And one of our listeners today was Clifford Griffith. He got the correct answer. Paula Alferton was born in New York City. Yes, indeed, she was. And he was our winner. The people, I'm going to send you all a copy of the new album. I want to say a big shout out to Pat listening today. Hey Pat, thank you for tuning in. Also want to say hi to Molly listening in London. And I want to say hi to Tom Brown, that's this man here. Also Clifford and Susan Griffith and Sue Ray. Thank you so much for tuning in to this programme today. I want to say hi to Richard Ford as well listening today, and Luciano Scaglio as well tuned in, along with Juan Garay and Ron Edwards, and of course not forgetting Kevin Williams at Session Wire. Hey Kevin. Now as we did last week, I'd like to give a little bit of the programme over to Darian Newton. He's my young assistant here at the studio and working very hard and helping us out here. Thank you so much, Darian. And he's been educating us a little bit to some of the hip new R&B acts that are out there right now. And I give him a little bit of the programme over to him to just introduce us to some great new music that's out there. Darren, what do you got for us this week?
The song I got for you today is called It Runs Through Me by Tom Misch. He's a really talented up-and-coming R&B singer, guitarist extraordinaire, and so this song is talking about how music runs through his bones.
Okay, cool. Let's have a listen to this, and it's a track called, as I say, it's called It Runs Through Me.
Runs Through Me. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I like it already. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a bit of flute and play along with it, don't I?
Go for it.
I love the way it flows,
I love the way it grows. There's something in this sound that takes me far. It's like a special song, can move my mood along. What I cannot say, you'll hear through my guitar. She told me at the bass line, and everything will be alright. She told me that the groove is mine, it will take us through the night. And where I'll go, can't explain, I'll never know. But it's beautiful. You can't take this away from me. The way I hear the melody, the way it's bring clarity, running through me. You can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, the way it's bring clarity, running through me. I love the way it sings, all the joy that it brings. Remember skating down the road towards the park. I could never say no. You with that summer glow. The music gives me sun when winter starts. She told me at the baseline that everything will be alright. She told me that the beat is mine, it will rock us through the night. And where I go, can't explain, I'll never know. But it's beautiful. You can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, the waves bring clarity, running through me. You can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, the waves bring clarity, running through me. Hey, you can't take this away from me. The way I hear the melody, the waves bring clarity, running through me. Come on, y'all. You can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, the waves bring clarity, running through me. Yeah, it's running through me. Yo, I wear notes like coats, blues like dues, warmth in the rhythm, soul that glues, that bounce to my bones, jazz in my spine. The hop is my home, rap is my grind. I'm riding on the backside of life, we dance. She threw me a chance, her hands in my pants. Actually, my pockets holding me tight. Whispering a dream I can hold in the night. Look tight, a rhythm that's throbbing my vein. Wake up and write it on the pad, the pains. Like church, the organ will invite the tears. Like birth, the crying, let you know I'm here. Held by the song that gave me a name. Dressed by the verse that gave me a claim. Just bass in the line, safe to inhale. And if you live well, belong the years and the stay you will be. A timeless octave to play for the tree. It's rooted in every single nerve in me. The nerve of he who ignores the key. The music that opens the mind to be free. Whenever you're hot-headed, pours you a breeze. Beneath the clouds, you're allowed to see. In clarity, through harmony. Someone harming me, that won't be done. I stand protected by the laws of fun. I am perfected through the rhymes of run. Walk it this way and leave the party stunned. This music, it launched me with no aim. I've landed on some plane. Where I am, I can't explain or never know, but it's beautiful. So you can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, the waves bring clarity, running through me. Come on, y'all. You can't take this away from me. Oh, the way I hear the melody, the waves bring clarity, running through me.
My cheek brushes against his, smooth or stubborn.
I love that song. I love that song.
Fantastic. And then it's gone.
Yes, indeed.
Amish.
Very nice. I love that. Yeah, that is incredible. Incredible. That is Tom Misch.
Yes.
Tom Misch, thank you for... We're going to be playing a lot more of that kind of stuff. That's great. What else you got for us?
Appreciate it. Another song is called Once You Say Hello by, again, Phony People. We played them last week, but I talked about them last week. Phony People, they're an up-and-coming group. They're doing shows all around. They've done shows on Tiny Desk, Colors Radio, which are some more contemporary shows. But, yeah, they're just a really good group of guys that play incredible music. So, Once You Say Hello.
This is a tune called...
Once You Say Hello.
Once You Say Hello. See if we can find that one. And do you know what album it's?
The Mosaic album.
The Mosaic. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Right, check it out. This is some kind of a little part of the program that we give to Darian because he has his finger on the pulse of some of the new stuff that's out there, some of the new bloods that are coming up. And this is the album Mosaic by Phony People. And Once You Say Hello.
Once you say hello to her, it's over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. La, la, la. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Then you try hard to decide. Should you strap in for the ride of your life? 'Cause it all starts out so perfect, and you feel you don't deserve it. So you try hard to decide. Should you strap in for the ride of your life? And before you even notice, you're super deep in motion. And then you'll question if she's worth it, and if her loving serves its purpose anymore. Ooh, once you say hello to her, it's over. But once you say hello to her, it's over. Over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Then you try hard to decide. Should you strap in for the ride of your life? Once you say hello to her, it's over. Once you say hello to her, it's over. La 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 la. Oh, la la. Once you say hello to her, it's over. Bye. Do 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 da 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 da.
Sadly, that's about all we've got time for this week. Before we hand you over to Johnny Britt, thank you. I've been Mike Parlett. We're going to take you out with one more song. And thank you. Big thanks to Darian Newton for joining me and bringing us all this great music. Thank you, Darian.
Thank you for having me.
And he'll be back again, hopefully, next week. We're going to play a track which was originally by Eric Badu. And we're going to play this track called Afro Blue. Tell us about this to take you out.
Yeah, so this came out from Robert Glasper's album Black Radio. It came out a couple years ago. But yeah, it's a nice collab with Erykah Badu. Good feel-good song. And yeah, it's amazing.
And it's about all we've got time for this week. Don't forget, I'll be back next week. Please do feel free to log on to my YouTube page. Go to Mike Parlett Radio Show on YouTube, and you can catch this full show, all the video and everything. Today, my special guest was Paula Alferton. Congratulations to our winners of the album that's coming over to you. And We'll be back next week with Dr. Lonnie Liston Smith, who's my special guest next week on the program. Don't miss that show. It's going to be fantastic. Lonnie Liston Smith, my special guest next week for the Mike Parlett Radio Show. I've been Mike Parlett. We're going to hand you over to Johnny Britt right after this if you're listening live, and we'll see you soon. Take care. God bless. Whatever you're doing, keep your dial fixed to Solar Radio.
Online and on DAB Digital Radio. This is Solar Radio, your classic and 21st century soul station.
Yeah, welcome everybody, and welcome to the show. Yeah, it's another week on Solar Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in to the turntable this weekend. We're gonna have a great time starting off right now. The number one single in the country on the USA Today media-based smooth AC charts is my brand new single with my label mate from Motown Mo Jazz Records, Norman Brown, and that song is Mo Jazzin'. Stick around with us. We have a hot show today. At the top of the hour, we have the fabulous Nils. I've had number one records on various artists as a writer, but this is my very first hit number one song as an artist. Not even my group Impromptu went to number one. So I'm extremely excited about this Mo Jazzin' song hitting number one on the USA media-based smooth AC charts. And I'd like to give a very special thank you to my label mate Norman Brown for doing such a fabulous job. This is a track that just blew me away when I first heard it. This is On and On by Stephon Grace.
On and on.
Check it out.
Your beauty goes on and on, on and on. What do you know? It goes on and on and on. Your beauty goes on and on and on. What do you know? You gotta look so fine. Your charm is
your classic and 21st century soul station, Solar Radio.
Take and rewind. Why you gotta look so good? So hot it's almost dangerous. But don't get it misunderstood. I know I can't touch, but I would. Hey, what do you know? Never alone. I think we owe it to desire. On and on. So what do you say? I appreciate you in every way. I admire. Beauty goes on and on and on. What do you know? It goes on and on and on. Your beauty goes on and on and on. What do you know? It goes. Sparks of love, hot as fire, puppy love, false desire. How do I get to you? My shots are bulletproof. I know you're my forbidden fruit, but you still don't have a Hey, what do you know? Now we're alone. I think we owe it to desire. On and on. So what do you say? I appreciate you in every way. I admire. Beauty goes on and on and on. What do you know? It goes on and on and on. Your beauty goes on and on and on. What do you know? It
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I really love this song, yeah. I really love this song, yeah. I really love this song, yeah. That's On and On, y'all. Featuring Stefan Grace. Produced by Blue Lab Beats. Hot track. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna keep y'all moving and grooving on the turntable on Solar Radio. This is my boy Eric Ero.